Evening. My name is Amanda Bryant, and I wanted to reach out and speak with you guys about how to build your network. And this is based on a case study by Heidi Roizen. I wanted to let you all in on the benefits of building your network, and this can be in any professional position that you may be in. So, a few of the strengths of Roizen's network. Basically, this began after she graduated from Stanford University and she focused on a creative writing degree and graduated with this creative writing degree. She wanted to not be dependent on any other person and wanted to be completely dependent on herself after she experienced a very traumatic hardship with the loss of her fiance. So she began as an editor with Tandem. She accomplished this while competing against a pool of applicants by utilizing a friend of hers and asking this friend to give her a contact person within this company. It happened to be a manager, this contact person, and she happened to call on a Saturday. And this manager happened to be in there on a Saturday. And they began to communicate with each other and immediately hit things off. While she was employed at Tandem, she was invited to sit on monthly top management meetings where she was introduced to many different people and began to build her working relationships with these individuals, other professionals within the company and outside of the company, and including the CEO eventually. After this, she decided to go back and get her master's degree, and at that point utilized her relationship with the CEO and obtained a letter of recommendation. She graduated with this master's degree and began to go into business with her brother as an investment banker. She did this in helping to bring his company to life. By this time, she had continued building relationships and was able to help the company become better known and financially stable. She became involved in several boards and continued to build her network. Soon after, this Silicon Valley CEO went to Apple and utilized the friends and colleagues she had made throughout the years to build and maintain her network. This is a little hard to imagine, but Apple was not as financially stable as it needed to be during the beginning parts of this, and she had to at that point call in a few favors from these colleagues and friends that she had built up over the past few years. This worked in her favor because of the consistency of support that she had provided to these colleagues who became her friends, and she had built this up over the last few years. So while building relationships with mutual respect and her giving nature, it worked in her favor. As you can imagine, the relentless high-pace workload that Apple became somewhat tiresome. She became somewhat burned out, and she decided to leave Apple and begin to mentor individuals who wanted to invest as venture capitalists. Using this involved helping former and current colleagues with investments, decisions, and generalized expertise in the field. She had discovered her business, in essence, was networking. Instead of utilizing these colleagues and friends for her benefit, as many people in her position would have done. She helped everybody by introducing people, colleagues, and others based on equal benefits to each other and not her. Therefore, utilizing some of the other concepts that I have read about, in what ways did these apply to Roizen, would you ask? And how did they influence her power and networking? Her power was influenced by her ability to effectively communicate and provide mutual benefits amongst her colleagues. She was a giver, is a giver, whom utilized her own strengths and the strengths and ideas of others towards their common goals. Therefore, her power continued to grow as she provided consistency in her decisions, her advice, allowed her colleagues to also benefit. The ability to network is essentially the ability to build and sustain relationships. These are not forced and need to remain creative and towards a common goal or activity. She invited friends and colleagues over for casual interactions with each other at parties, and in essence was able to build and maintain her network as well as help expand her colleagues' networks as well. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you read on in this and are able to build your own network. Thank you.